their heads went. I find it quite interesting, I really do, that you can look back in books, ancient books, old books, and you can see depictions of beings that did not look human completely. I mean, they got hands. They look like they got 4 fingers and 5 and a thumb, and they got the other body parts, but their heads are missing. They're missing their heads. Hold on a second. We want to look at this. We showed this before. Let me flip this around. I'm gonna go back a frame. Of course, I think it's over here in this area. Let's see. See, look at this. And some of them had their faces in their chest. They had 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth in their chest. Let's see the area of that. It's on a map. The Andes Mountain. There really does appear to be a race of them. It looks like there's an elephant head also. I'm not sure exactly where that is located. Let me look. I wonder if it's over here during the Roman Empire. We can look at, oh, Erythraean Sea. Africa. Hello, Anne. Do you all find it interesting too why they would show things like this with their head and their chest? And like this person, it looks like a cyclops. It only has 1 eye and it's in the center of its head. And look at this one. It's got big ears. Oh, I just realized it's got great big ears. Yeah, good afternoon. That's got big ears. I'm trying to see what's wrong with this one. Why does this one look different? Even though it's got an outfit on, this being has big ears. You think they were products of genetic experimentation? I was watching one of the Xena's thing the other day, and she attacked a cyclops. It was a giant, and she did something to his eyes, and he only had 1 eye. But she blinded him. I think it was a cyclops. And this one, their legs are backwards. I want to see what else this is. I've stuck my, let me see if I can get a good picture of this. If they have these maps where certain types of beings lived, Brazil. Look, Brazil. I can't really tell which ones were there in Brazil. Good evening, Lisa. Let me flip this back to me. I want to see what's on that other slide. If I can get it. Oh, look at this one. Look at this one. It has wings, a head in its chest, and some kind of bird for its head. Why would they draw things like this back then? That's the question. If they did not exist, why would they even draw them? If there truly are other species that are out there, let me see this. Okay. So that would be a cyclops at the top. You can see right up there a cyclops. This would be a person with great big long ears. This one has only 1 foot. You ever remember seeing the movies with the person or a cartoon? They only had 1 foot. Hello. Okay, this is the one with the head in their chest. And I'm not sure what this is. That looks quite different. Okay, this is like a goat man. Okay, I've heard of the goat man. You've heard of the goat man too. And I've seen characters with one great big foot. Yeah, looks like elephant ears. They do. Is it possible? I believe it's totally possible because they probably were really real and then they turned into legends and then they became a myth and then they became make believe science fiction. But they had to possibly had some type of an existence. And if it was long, long ago, I don't think it was like in prehistoric times or something. They seem to be like they were genetically like experimenting on them. Are they extinct? What if they're inside the earth? P3 Tau. Hello, Anne. Elephant ears and Michael. Yeah, what if they're inside the earth? I wanna see this. Let me shrink it down. I don't know what that other one is over there. Let me see what else I got going on with here. They were a tribe of people. See, this is normal right there on this side. They got tattoos. But then I believe it was normal. It's like the Headless Horseman. Where did that story really ever come from? Because it was able to ride a horse without a head. The legend of Sleepy Hollow. Yes, and it thinks of all the circus people used to use the ghost who sadly, yeah. Michael, it reminds you of Pharaoh headdress. Yes, the people who were in the circus, they'll just make them a laughing stock. That's interesting. Products of genetic engineering. What was there an island? Was there an island where they experimented on people? And there's a Santa Claus movie, that has the Rudolph, the Island of Misfits, a specific island where the toys were all they didn't do what they were supposed to do. I believe this is tied into it. Dr. Monroe, thank you. Syncticity. Dr. Monroe. The Parthian Empire. I don't know why I went over to there. Dr. Monroe. Let's go back this way. So we have regular looking, what we know now. But then we have these other beings. You know how somebody nowadays also, sometimes when people were born, they have genetic, I don't like to say defects, but they do. Maybe they have, like a simple one, it was not simple, but you don't have a thumb, but you have 5 fingers. Or maybe you have one blue eye and one brown eye. And maybe your hands didn't grow all the way, that you just have stubs. I bet they were doing genetic engineering back then, is what I bet. Yeah. Hello, Sochi. Wings, hi. Yeah. And the circus people, which it wasn't nice. I bet they was. In Brazil, I can't really see that well with this map. Recessive genes, Sochi? Well, we do have some recessive genes in us. What if, okay, so what if they're wanting to have the perfect race? And they've been trying all this time to find the perfect race or kind of, I don't know, just do whatever they do to create different types of races of beings. Look at that. Homo ostomus. Homo ostomus? I wonder what Homo ostomus was. Homo vanuus arutus, and then Homo manuculus. I'm trying to see what was, okay, this one only has one eye right here. Homo acfus. There's a YouTube channel called Search of the Tribe. The guy is an anthropologist who's looking for the lost tribe of hydrocephalic patients. Oh, wow. Homo phoebus aruus. The feet are backward. Hello, Linda. Just I've got this this is an old Blu-ray player, but it has HDMI. It's got this right here. Hey, Becky. And I've got this hooked up to this TV. And then my computer's over there, and then my other computer's right here. I thought I can be kind of a little bit like Al Honey, and I can incorporate more devices to we can learn from each other. Yeah, you too, Michael. Hello. Search for the tribe. Homo phoebus. The feet are backward right there. I'm trying to see what's wrong with this one up here, and I can't really see that well. Was there ever anyone in a circus, say with large eye, like big long ears and stuff? If there was, you can bet they kind of probably buried it, right? Old engravings are so interesting. They are, Michael. They truly, truly are. Let me see this. We're looking at Libya. Let's see this. The iron steel. Oh, it tells you where frankincense came from. Frankincense was over here. Wine grain right here. Brass and copper and iron right there. And wine. Ooh, Bactria. The very warlike nation of the Bactrians. Ivory. There has been, Becky, and I can't really remember hardly any because I don't like circuses. An iron steel cloth, agate, carnelian cloth. I was just looking at this. Hey, Applebrooks, honey. I've added something to my setup. You see right here, I got my computers over there. And then you got my wall. I've got this. And now I've got this. I'm trying to learn a little from our owl honey to incorporate, more things. But these people without their heads, yeah, thank you. Bactria looks like Mongolia. So these were the names they used to be. Oh, look, it's in a chapter of something. The very warlike nation. It must be, wow. So they've gotten different names throughout the years. Wow. Ptolemus of the Hunt. The Cape of Good Hope, or Cape of Spices. Discordius Island. Oh. These old maps are really, really interesting if you're just tuning in. This is the different names of the areas right here. Persia is Iran. Yeah. The Zagawa tribes, Roman Empire. Nobatia. Look I've never heard of them, the Luo peoples. Somalians, Axum, oh, Yemen. Some of these names are the same, and then some really aren't. Oh, the Roman Empire. And then we've got a map that shows the tribes and stuff. You know, they don't got a head. And this other one has looked like an elephant head. This one right here looks like it probably was a man's face in a lion's belly. I would assume, maybe, I don't know. Let me look. I got this, like, let me just do like this. Let me flip this. There's so much history that's been hidden. See, look. This looks like it's Latin. Placidietate eos commendians. They got 4 fingers and a thumb. And if we look at their feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they got the same amount of phalanges and as we do. Do you think this was a scaly individual too, a scaly species based on the lines on it? Yeah, the eyes are in the chest and the mouth. I really hope that we're not products of genetic experimentation. What can you do about it? Nothing, but still, just the thought of it. The red hairy monster, yeah, named Gossamer in the Bugs Bunny cartoon. Oh, wow. I think I vaguely remember that. Yes, experiments, Chrysanthi. And we're back over here. A place called Peoples? From beyond the ice wall? Do you really believe so, Almonite? That they are blemishes from beyond the ice wall. Well, if you remember the story, the real, the coming race, when we read it, it's on this channel in a podcast, the whole book. They had the city that was perfect, but then all of the others that did not fit in, they were sent off into these other lands beyond them. And in the book, The Real, they were explaining how they had started, that some were really bad and some weren't as bad. There could be some, I believe there's probably truth to that. I do. Wow. But I wonder if they like got, killed off or something. They went into extinction. I've never heard of the Gupta Empire. I've heard of the Tibetans. Okay, the Mon Stark, whatever. Look at these down here. Even if our bodies, let me read this. Even if our bodies are engineered, the life force can never be engineered. That's true, Michael. Yes. Wow. Who would these be? Because these look like, okay, these look like ordinary, maybe it's Chinese, Mongolians. Is this like the Mongolian Empire? Some of the Mongolians? Look at the hats and stuff like that. And they encountered this race of beings right here. And I bet they're totally shocked. I wish I could read down there. You watched a video of the Elohim mess with our DNA to make better workers? God never put all of his apples in the same box. Well, that could be true. I like that. I do. Let's look at this next one. I don't know what the next one is. I'm going to see. Okay, along with the legends. Let me read this. Along with legends of grotesque monsters and sea creatures, ancient and medieval travelers often returned to Europe with tales of so-called wild men living in unmapped regions of Asia and Africa. One of the most unusual groups was the Blimy. The Blimy. Okay, here we got it. A race of hairy primitives who lacked heads but had a face situated in their upper body. The tribe first appeared in Herodotus, the Histories. Oh, wow. Where they were described as a species of headless men from North Africa who have eyes in their chest. So I wonder if in North Africa and or Africa or South Africa, if you have stories of headless men. If you're from South Africa and you're on here, you are in the folklore and stuff like that. Yeah. References to the Blimy or creatures like them later cropped up in the writings by Pliny the Elder. You see the name? Pliny the Elder, and reports of Sir Walter Raleigh, and even in Shakespeare's Othello. Wow, do you remember reading that in Othello about different species of beings? Back then, there were still some horrid mutants offshoots. Wow. The English knights wiped them out. Oh, Hyman, honey, you're going to have to turn gay. You're going to have nightmares. Just push the button and you won't have to watch me. See, because you don't want no nightmares. Their exotic appearance served as an object of both fascination and disgust for Europeans. I'm going to show you what they're looking like. These were the Blymians, and they were, they didn't like looking at them. These people didn't either, because they didn't have a body. Their heads and their chest. Wow. Let me see this. They became a common motif in folklore and art in pre-Enlightenment area. Yes, they've been censored, Michael. Other famous wild men include the skyopodes. I never heard of this. The ceopods. Oh, they had the single leg with a large foot, and it could double as a parasol. The single leg with the large foot, if you're just tuning in, let's get back to the one with the single leg and the large foot, because it could double as a parallel. Let me get to it, because I've already seen it once. Right there. They had the single leg with the large foot. Wow. I believe they existed. I really do believe they did. 159-year cycle? Oh. With a large foot. If they zoom up on me, let me know. The cannibalistic anthropophagy and the syncocephaly. Look at just how this is spelled. A cannibalistic means they eat humans. Anthropophagy. You see it? And the cynocephaly, a race of creatures with bodies of men. Okay, well, oh, and heads of what? Must be heads of beasts. Oh, well, here. The Blythamies. Here we go. The Blythamies, the headless men of ancient and medieval mythology. Oh, you know they were real. They had to be real because they're on tapestries. Look at that. But they've erased them out. Wow. The Blimy were a various example of bizarre creatures rumored in antiquity and later to inhabit remote parts of the world. From dog-headed humanoids, that's what they say, dog-headed humanoids to strange men with a single large foot and many other weird and wonderful beings. Many such odd creatures are currently being explored at the Morgan Library and Museum's exhibition, Medieval Monsters, Terrors, Aliens, and Wonders, on view until September the 23rd, 2018. Look at that. Dog-headed men. No, they existed in antiquity. It really does make me believe that it is genetic, I don't know, some type of genetic engineering. Well, they could make any type of alien species also. They could. Yeah, beyond the ice wall, our higher ups take tips, take trips on their airship, certain families to hunt the weird creatures. Also, exploration plus trading of people, dwarf leprechauns, and fairies. Yeah. That's interesting. They hunt the Leviathan. Wow. With the special jewel in the mouth. Wow. That is so wild. Huh. In antiquity. I have no idea what's on here. Bronze mirrors in China. Herodotus, these creatures inhabit the western part of Africa, which is supposed to, or not Africa. I don't know what that was down there. It's supposed to be very hilly, thickly wooded. Maybe it's like Sasquatch. You think? Could be kind of Sasquatchy. They could. Libya. They're in Libya. Libya is in Africa. The cradle of civilization. Remember hearing that? The continent of Africa. The cradle of civilization. It's where it all began. In addition to these headless creatures, this part of the world is said to be the home to such strange creatures as enormous snakes. That would be the Naga. You think it would be the Naga? Donkeys with horns? Dog-headed creatures of which a historian tells they're not merely the stuff of fables. Herodotus does not give these headless creatures of Libya a name. Wonder why. Wonder why Herodotus would not give them a name. Donkeys with horns, dog-headed creatures, all of which are not merely stuff of fables. I'm sure they're not all extinct. Yeah. You learned the confounded map. You forgot the explorer's name. William Shakespeare wrote of the map. He said, it's here on YouTube, a 10-hour video. Wow. Wow. Let me see something. Look, another picture of them. Right there. Well, they look pretty peaceful. They do. In this picture. Wow. It really is, it's amazing. Egypt is full of these anomalies. See with the heart, not the mind, is what I get. Yeah. This is from a 1556 manuscript. Vincennes is where it's at. It's in a biblio. Look at this. This is one of the Blimy from a map by Guillaume Le Tessu. Cosmographie Universelle, 1556 manuscript, Vincennes. History. Wow. Antiquity. That's, yeah. You would not want a mutant child. Oh, look at this one. The mythological headless creature known as the Blimmies. Here's another picture of it. Believed to have had their eyes and their shoulders and their mouth and their chest. The Rutland, this is from the Rutland Folios, 57R, 88R, 88R, 84R, respectively, manuscript made in England. This is made in England, in London, 1260, AD 1260. What happened? What happened? Then you think they were part of the Nephilim offspring? No. Oh, wow. Look at that. They got all those arms. They got arms and look like some kind of hooves on their feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heads. I guess anything's possible in the world that we live in, and with what they've hidden, anything is possible. Okay, Alamite. Tina, this is what I had put on my thumb drive a long time ago. Because I was I think I've got some videos on this too on the YouTube, but I wanted to have this set up right here so I could plug my thumb drives in. Wow. Oh my goodness. What if, okay, I believe that they were doing, like how they were cloning. You know how they're half man, half go, how they wanted to make, they've done it here in secret laboratories. They do human and animal to see what they can come out with, right? And the aliens were doing that too. They get some of the humans and get their aliens and stuff, and they don't know what they're going to come out with. Wow. This is really interesting. Knowing what's going on today. Look, here's the dog. There's the person with the foot. The Cyclops. Two-headed. So we have that today too. We do have this today. So it's not just medieval and based on antiquity. Oh no, they still exist. And the dog man. Was there like an Anunnaki or something? Hey, God's girl, who had a dog head in ancient Egypt? Well, that's around Africa too, right? Is that not in Africa? The continent of Africa? And then the Sphinx. The Sphinx was supposed to have a human head. Was it a human head, or what was the Sphinx going to have on its head? Because the head that it's got now is not the original head. The Book of Enoch, yeah, we've got that. Pigs and dolphin are close to the human DNA as well. They grew a human ear on a mouse. Yes. Maybe a horse, the cloven hoof, the cattle feet. Anubis, yes. And if these species were in Africa, I could see where it would be Anubis. Can you not? And they weren't just mystery or fables or anything like that. Oh, the Sphinx was Anubis. What happened to them all? There's a hairless dog in Mexico still. What happened to them? Because surely you couldn't just have one without the other species. Oh, here's another depiction. I mean, I can't read it. Wow. This is, with all the genetic engineering they're doing now, they're able to genetically engineer crops, food, humans, designer babies. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's not nice. It's for Toya. They use them in rituals. You will see them everywhere in Mardi Gras, David, on Bourbon Street. Are they dressed up, or or do they go there, David? They go there during Mardi Gras because people have different costumes on and they will blend right in. Is that what you're saying? Marduk created them. He's the god of the Bible. Marduk. The three main pyramids have no hieroglyphs. Oh, wow, that's interesting. So they have no head, and she's got a head. The dog, oh, that's awful. It's terrible what they do. Parthian Empire, Arabian nomads, Bosphorus, Pontus, Liberia, Albania, the Kushans. World history maps. They dressed up, but I'm sure something is in there. That's right. I believe it is too. They ran further into the forest. Ah, but they were eventually all hunted out. Wow. That's kind of sad, isn't it? If you think about it. And I've seen this one. Wow. Well, they can't help it. They were made that way. They really can't. Okay, it's already going back to, if you missed the different ones that we've shown, it's already came back to the beginning. I'll just go through this ever so briefly. Right here, you can see the maps. I mean, they did exist. Just because there are no talking about them today doesn't make them non-existent, because obviously they were documented in history as to exist, have to existed. The histories. Sir Walter Raleigh. You can see them right here. Well, I don't want no cryptids. Do you want cryptids? What are the cryptids? What are they? Who are the cryptids? Oh, you're welcome. Hello, Tina. Yeah. When I hear of the cryptids, I think of insects. Like, yes, like Batman. Bigfoot is a cryptid. That does look like Batman. And if that looks like Batman, then why would they make Batman look like a cryptid? Oh, it's death. Ooh, I see. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, cryptid's death. They want to get rid of us? Okay. Yeah. So we were looking at them, and this was Gollum. Oh wow, Gollum. Yeah, I am gonna go. You all, this was interesting. That's stored on one of my hard drives, and I just wanted to sit here and look at it and think, wow, this is good. It is. Yeah, you too, Nikki. I am gonna go. So, with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I hope to see you later. Yeah, it was fun. It's really interesting. I like reading about ancient things. I do. It's a hidden history. It's not so hidden, but it's out there, but it's becoming even more harder to find and learn about from the corpses. Oh, we was waiting on somebody to find something. They said give them 2 minutes. It was Alamonite. And I don't know if Alamonite came back because Alamonite probably got sidetracked. It's okay. I'm going to go. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Thank you, moderator.